Hello everyone, this is Alejandro Cremades, and today we're going to be talking about cost-cutting tips for startups. So let's face it, entrepreneurship is not a straight line. You're always going to have the ups and the downs. And the thing is that it's not only about how your business is performing, it's about the economy, it's about different things that you're going to encounter. So in today's video, we're really going to be talking about what you can do to really course correct, to perhaps extend the amount of cash that you have or the life of that cash that you have in the bank, and what you can do with that, and give you some insights as to how you can really maneuver and execute during those times where you may be on the other side of the mountain. So with that being said, let's get into it. So the first thing that you want to do is to refocus. And when you are refocusing, you want to understand what is that real, most important thing about your business, because before you even dive into the finances, you want to really understand what are the single most important things and what are the ones obviously that are necessary and what are the ones that are nice to have. The ones that are necessary, that are moving the needle, that are really pushing that revenue to, for example, like keep the lights on, to keep the company self-sustained. Those are the ones that you really want to double on. And the big mistake that many corporations, the larger ones, actually make is that they cut the wrong costs. So essentially what you want to do is revisit your mission, your vision, your goals, and try to identify what are the necessary to have versus the nice to haves. And then obviously you're going to be cutting the nice to haves, but that's essentially what refocus it's all about. Then you want to audit your finances. I mean, you got to go through that statement line item by line item. What are the things that you're going to be able to live without? You definitely want to cut those. You maybe want to have certain conversations with the people that you are in business with. Maybe if you're giving them a lot of volume or a lot of business, maybe they would reconsider or consider the possibility of bringing those rates down. And really what you want to do is you want to cut corners everywhere you can. Obviously, at the end of the day, the biggest costs are going to be the employee count and then also the office. So you want to try to get rid of the people that perhaps are a little bit more of dead weight on the boat at this point. Otherwise, you're going to be sinking. And you really want to optimize and get those people that are absolutely necessary and that are going to be moving the needle forward. Because when it comes to the finances, you really want to keep it lean and to optimize, especially during the tough times where uncertainty is present. Identify as well the wastes. And what I mean with identifying the waste is you want to know essentially where are you putting costs or investments that are not necessary right now. Maybe there's new initiatives that you haven't even validated. So obviously there's full of ifs around that. So maybe you want to put that on hold for now. Maybe another thing that you want to do is you want to take a look as well at not just the money, but perhaps where is time allocated? Where is time allocated that is very valuable, that could be allocated somewhere else that is going to push the needle forward on the revenue side? I mean, it could be extra meetings, it could be time with leads that typically don't convert, it could be time with customers that are too demanding and ultimately they're not really paying, those bills, or they're late. Maybe there's a way for you to identify if maybe there's a way to get paid faster. So again, take a look at the whole of the operation and see where is there certain cost that perhaps you can remove from a time perspective and then obviously from an investment perspective. Also renegotiate. I mean, we were already talking about renegotiating some of the contracts. Maybe another thing that you can do is renegotiating the lease of your business. Maybe they're also suffering. Maybe there's people that are leaving and they really want to retain you, especially during tough times on the economy. So perhaps one thing that you could do is to try to see if they would be willing to give you a lower amount that you have to pay every month. So again, renegotiate as much as you can. Maybe there's other contracts, people that you're dealing with, third parties. Renegotiate absolutely everything. Another thing that you can do is restructure your team. Maybe this is the opportunity to really take a look as to who you have on your team. What are they all doing? Maybe there's certain tasks that can be given to someone else that can actually also deliver those in addition to whatever they have. maybe you are outsourcing things that you could take in-house and really remove that expense. So take a look as a whole to the team and then see who is actually going to be delivering, who is really not like delivering anything and not moving the needle at all. So you maybe want to remove those and maybe like add that time to someone else that can deliver. Maybe you even do it yourself. And again, whatever you're outsourcing, try to bring it in-house and avoid that expense. Say no more often to meetings. I mean, this is really, really critical. I mean, in the 60s, the whole meeting thing, become an explosion. It was like the cool thing to do. Then in the 2000s, then it was like the necessary thing to do. But now, with technologies, there is no need for you to go have coffees left and right, for you to go have lunches and dinners left and right. You can actually remove many of that stuff and do it online via a video conference or whatever you're using. Also, that's going to be not only a cost that you're removing from the expense of the cost of those dinners, coffees, and whatever that is, but then also your time. You are wasting a lot of time on the commuting, for example. So that's time and cost that could be allocated somewhere else, or essentially that you can save. Trading instead of purchasing. Maybe there are certain things that you really need for your business. Perhaps there's other things that you're not using as much. Maybe you want to trade one for another. And that way you avoid having to purchase something in addition, to whatever you have that is going to be an additional cost. So we'd love to hear in the comment section how you're going about cost cutting. Also like this video and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on all the videos that we're rolling out every week. And take a look at the fundraising training, which is the program where we help from A to Z with everything related to fundraising. There you'll find live Q&As, agreements, templates, a community of entrepreneurs helping each other all over the world, and you'll find tremendous value in it. So thank you so much for watching.